friends. I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader. Here on YouTube, I use spirit, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, beautiful viewers. We have a reading today. We will be taking a deeper look at you and your person. So more so how you guys are as individuals, and we'll take a look at the dynamic going on between the both of you guys. Now we have 3 piles to choose from, or options, as you can see by the glass hearts below and the stone hearts. So please select whichever pile you are intuitively called towards, and I will put the timestamp in the pinned comment and in the description box below. It'll take you directly to your pick. Feel free to pause the video, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, my beautiful pick number 1. You pick this glass heart right here. We are looking at you and your person, a deeper look at who you guys are as individuals, and then the dynamic between the both of you guys. So I do intend on the left being you, the right being your person, although you can crisscross energies because I do not know who is who. So if I say it's your energy and it's your person, then just kind of do the crisscrossing as you need. Do not make things fit. If this doesn't sound or resonate with one side being you, then neither side is going to be your person. If one side sounds like you, then chances are the other side is your person, of course, if you're resonating with that. All right, so let's take a look. We'll start with your energy. We have the violet coral with community, number 35. We have calcification, and that's 64. We have the wise one with tradition and order. We have the sage. We have the destroyer with the light attributes, releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. The shadow attributes, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. We have the seed, 66. And we have fear. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know how I feel about this. Let me move this around. All right. Now your person's energy. We have the Rishi Spirit Medicine, number 1. We have Jupiter, number 6. We have the Assassin, Ruthlessness and Conviction. And we have the Strategist. We have Networker, light attributes, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Shadow attributes, conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. And we have the Siren, number 18. We have communication, and we also have the Kairos. Okay, let me just adjust this. Okay. I think that will go like that. All right. Just give me a minute to tap into the energy. Okay. So for your energy over here on the left, this person is highly intuitive. I feel like this person is going through some sort of spiritual awakening in which this person is learning how to release stuff that is potentially stuck in their life, stuff that hasn't been moving. They may have been hung up in just how they were going about their life. So I feel like this person is working on a new version of themselves. So where do they want to plant roots? What is it that they want? I feel like this person is fairly practical. I feel like this person wants stability in their life, although I feel like they want to get out of whatever sort of structure they have in their life right now that is not working for them. So I do feel like this person has experienced a shakeup in their environment, and they might have recently changed homes, jobs, whatever it was that they needed to do here, or they might be amidst doing all of this sort of shakeup in their life in order to get closer to what they want, who their soul tribe is, what sort of people they want around them. I feel like this person is very much a family person. They really put a lot of weight on family, friends, and they want a good sense of home and belonging. I feel like this person is spiritually wise and has a very good head on their shoulders. I feel like this person might have a pretty old soul. And the fact that we have the wise one and sage, like, I just feel like this person is the type of person that everyone kind of goes to for advice, or for advice on how to, for any information they might need, how to live life, if they're troubled in any sort of way. I feel like with all the purple here and all the eyes with intuition, I do feel like this person is highly intuitive, or at least they've been recently opening themselves up to spirituality. I don't think that has always been the case for this person. I feel this person is pretty consistent. I feel like this person is fairly methodical in a way, but slow and consistent. Not necessarily methodical so much as they're wise. So they're able to use their experience to make wise decisions, move slowly, consistently, reliable, dependable. So I feel like there's an energy that is pointing me towards potentially meeting this person, has really maybe flipped this person's world upside down. And if it hasn't been by meeting this person could have been amidst a rebirth of sorts here due to some sort of experience that they had. Could have been quite traumatic, or just a life experience that has pushed them towards shaking things up. And I feel like there were certain areas where this person was really, really stuck. And I don't know, almost like bored with life, or just not feeling like the excitement. And so I feel like this person is pretty traditional as well. So there might be some fear here in changing things up, or going outside of their comfort zone and accepting new ideas and doing different things in a different way here. Although I do feel this person is looking at, starting over in some way, in some capacity. This person over here is quite exciting. So I can see the dynamic. I feel this person is the type of person that is generally happy-go-lucky, very lucky. In fact, I feel like this person feels very lucky to be around this person. I think this person has a sort of nature around them energetically where people just want to be around them. I feel this person has a lot of friends. They also have a lot of people interested in them because of this very positive pull I feel this person has. I also feel like this person is usually at the right place at the right time, is very methodical in what they say, how they engage. And I think this person, yeah, definitely methodical here with the strategist. And it might take a while for this person's true colors to come through, because I feel this person puts a persona on for a lot of people, or at least shuts a lot of people out, and wears a sort of energy that I don't feel is so fake so much as it's the energy they wear around people that they don't really let in here, to kind of keep people at bay. But I feel the true version of this person, they don't really share a lot, because I feel this person is very specific with the words they use, how they come across. And when they want to achieve something, they could be quite calculating. Yeah, I think this person does put quite a bit of weight on how they appear to others and how they engage with others and what the significance of this could mean. I feel like this person could use a little bit more spirituality, something a little deeper than how they've been sort of engaging or living their life. And I do feel like that ties into this person, because I do feel there is something more spiritual going on with this person. Sorry, you here in the left hand side, we'll call this the sage person. So the sage person to me feels like they're more in tune with spirituality. And even if it's not so much spirituality, I feel there is this like, yeah, sage-like wisdom. Like this person has an old soul. They're very knowledgeable. And although this person seems to be quite strategic and knowledgeable, I feel it is in a very different way. So this person is more experienced, and it's more of a natural thing, where I feel this person works very hard to be strategic, to appear a certain way, to, yeah, just sometimes this person might have to act in a certain way in order to get what they want, also out of situation. So they could seem cold or calculating in some way. I feel this person is very attractive. A lot of people want to be around this person, most likely the life of the party. They could be quite quiet, I feel, if they don't know you or trust you, or the only communication they give you is something that they test you with. Not you specifically, but whoever it is that's new in their environment. They kind of suss them out. And they might, yeah, just kind of be very calculating. I feel like there is something very timed about you guys coming together. I feel like this person is needing some sort of spirituality that allows them to see a deeper meaning within themselves. I do feel a carefree soul, very beautiful, but I do feel it is a lot more surface, whereas I feel a lot more depth coming from this person. And I feel like this person is more of a nervous energy, or might be completely thrown off, whereas this person can play it calm, cool, and collected. So let's take a look at the engagement between you and your person here with the tarot. Based on what we see here, if this sounded like you and your person, you could be, like I said, on one side or the other, whatever resonates. And we'll just see what's going on energetically, how you guys engage. What's going on with pile number 1 in their person spirit, clear and concise, for the greatest good of pile number 1. What's going on in this connection? What's the dynamic? Thank you so much. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you. All right. So we have the Six of Mirrors, which is the Six of Swords. Spirit is saying to read them all in the upright. That is what I'll do. I'll read blocks as we go along. Knight of Roses, which is the Knight of Wands. So Six of Swords, Knight of Wands. Wow, that one went flying. Four of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. We have Keep It Chill. And I do believe that is Temperance. And we have the Ten of Wands. What is the dynamic? So, interesting. I feel like there is... I could see the dynamic here between the both of you guys. I feel as though somebody is trying to loosen up a little bit, most likely your energy here, or the Sage person. Because I do feel like this person has been quite established, has built some sort of structure, is showing up as this King of Pentacles, which is the King of Roses, has their ish together, and I feel like this person is looking for more. So I do feel like this person is amidst learning how to kind of be a little more flexible, more go with the flow, more cooperative here, more adventurous. And I feel like it's been something that they've picked up from the strategist here. But I feel like what this is showing me is that the Sage person feels as though this might bring a better balance, allow things to flow a little bit better, come out of their sort of solid state in order to explore. But I feel like the strategist is closing up and is quite guarded and is kind of encompassing more of a heavy energy. I feel like the strategist is potentially slowly allowing the Sage person in to see the truth of who they are, but I feel like they haven't fully allowed themselves to be revealed. And I do feel there is a sort of a possessive sort of streak in the strategist that they might not show or very easily, visibly. So because I do feel like the strategist here was coming through as this siren energy, which is somebody who goes around people and has a lot of suitors potentially, or people who want to get with them, or I feel like the Sage person is trying to work on not being so, I don't know, I guess insecure about it. There's something that the Sage person is trying to do in order to adapt, in order to work with this strategist person who seems to be a little more fixed, a little bit more in their way so much. Although on the outside they seem more adventurous, more open, more go with the flow because they're kind of out there. But in actuality, I feel that person is a little bit more closed off to the truth of who they are. So I think the message here too, if you are coming in as this Sage person, it's coming through quite loud that maybe you're seeing your person here, the strategist, as somebody who is a little bit more easy breezy, lemon squeezy, and you might be trying to change something about you to fit in or get along, but I feel like you're doing You're wavering more from who you are. And I feel this person is a little bit more fixed and is not kind of cooperating, really. Or at least they're not willing to go so out of their way. So I feel this might cause problems in this connection if you haven't faced it already. Because I do feel like the truth of the strategist here is they could be quite possessive, and I do feel like that they could be quite just heavy. I feel this person is, and I'm not sure in what way so much. Now this is shoulder to cry on. So I do feel as though the strategist has been hurt in a past connection. So now I feel they are guarded. It is tough to get to know who they truly are. And they might put this sort of more player type energy out. And kind of give an illusion that they're healed. But it is not the case. So it could be bad news bears here for you guys. Bad news bears is in, I feel the sage might not see something in this, or maybe you do see it, I don't know, but there's something about this strategist person here who I feel is not completely been open and isn't as healed as they might say they are or appear to be. Or if you're rowing in their direction, Spirit is saying put up your cautions, especially if you are as wise and experienced here. There is a need to tap into your intuition, because there could be a flipping of your world upside down for someone I feel here who isn't quite at your level of engagement yet. Okay, so this is what I see here for you guys. Pile number 1, interesting reading. If you're drawn to another pile, go check that out, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 2, you picked this glass paperweight. We are looking at you and your person, a deeper look at who you guys are, and then the dynamic between the two of you. I felt pile 1 was more of a newish relationship, but I don't know for sure. Now, if you resonate with either side, then this could certainly be your pile, right? But if you don't resonate with either side, then this isn't you, because one side's going to be you, one's going to be your person. Crisscross as you see fit. I intend on the left being you and the right being your person. So if I say it's you, and it's your person, then make the changes, but do not make anything fit. Okay, and we'll look at these oracle cards that I pre-shuffled, and then we'll pull some tarot to just look at the dynamic between the two of you guys and how this can come together or not, depending on what we see. So for your energy, we have Death Cap with endings. We have Lightning with 13. Interesting. 13 in the tarot is all about the Death card, and we have endings in the Death Cap. We have the Priest with perseverance and faith. We have the Shepherd, celebration and family. We have Hypocrite. We have Thief. Light attribute sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. I feel as though we are going to put that there, and we will put these right here. You guys can see this. We have change, and we have the Forest with 36. Just going to make sure I'm in frame. And not so much. Let us just see where we put those after we put your person out here. So for your person, we have Inaki with Align, number 8. We have Sap of the Moon Planet with 41. We have the Archer, biding your time, planning ahead. Okay. We have poet. There. We have liberator, light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, and the shadow attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. And we have the tier, 52. And we have structure. Okay. Let us move that up a little so you can see. And then I'm going to put these cards right over here. But I do feel that I want to read this hypocrite card for you guys, because I am being called to read that card and see what that is all about. So, hypocrite. All right, so we have the hypocrite, whilst professing holiness and transparency, cynically connives and manipulates. Why then would we want to have anything to do with such a person? The answer is we all tend to want more from others than we demand from ourselves, which by definition means we are duplicitous. The hypocrite's presence reminds us that we need to keep our two-faced tendencies in check. Persona. He purports to be a man of piety, but he is politically motivated and his agenda is driven by an obsessive hunger to control. The hypocrite preaches one thing and does another. He uses his office and his influence for personal gain and gratification. He's a cunning puppeteer and a master of intrigue. At his worst, he's a coiled snake waiting to strike those who stand in his way. He's a controller of the system, whether it be political or theological, and he knows every rule and obscure law that can be used in his favor. He keeps his agenda well hidden and utilizes a strong effect, the strategy of divide and conquer. Occasionally, he will seem to use his power for the good of others, but only if it advances his nefarious plans. He's ruthless, and it would be advisable to avoid openly crossing him. All right. So, remember, crisscross energies if this is not you. Now, I don't feel, again, energies come through really pointed here. I do feel this is your energy, okay? But I don't feel it's as nefarious and as intense as the energy comes through as strong. But I think the important message I'm feeling here, pile number 2, is that there has been a strong attachment to this person and this connection to getting a specific outcome. And I feel as though you might have not have realized that the outcome you were wanting was something that was self-serving, that there is an energy about seeing another person as being someone who could bring you fulfillment, seeing a connection with someone that is going to bring you sort of all the happiness or all the things you could possibly want. And that's a lot to put on anybody, because as we know, another person will not bring our complete happiness. We need to be whole within ourselves, love ourselves, and then be with somebody healed enough to complement us where we can have a partnership. But I feel like that's a healing journey, and that's a lesson. And maybe it's a lesson here that you've been learning. That's what I feel. I feel like maybe you were very headstrong on attaining this person or having some sort of outcome with this person, wanting a family with this person, some sort of structure. And I feel like there's something here about you, really being quite consistent here and persistent with trying to make something happen. And I do feel like I feel it was coming from a place that you felt was good. Like I feel you're fairly spiritual. I feel like your intuition knew that there was something great that could be a potential within this connection. So that's kind of what you felt you were acting on. But as we know, when we heal and we peel back layers, we look at our intentions. And when we look at the drive, we could easily be sort of spiritually bypassing by saying we're spiritual in our reasoning. Okay, our reasoning for wanting to come together. Maybe we were meant to be. Maybe this was my soulmate. Maybe I believe in a higher power that is bringing faith in this connection. Although under it all, there is a need to self-review that if you are to be alone, if you are to grow your own self without this connection, how secure and happy would you feel? Now, I don't feel that everybody is meant to be alone, because that's not human nature. We're definitely meant to get along with people and engage, and everyone wants to be accepted and loved and human contact, although there shouldn't be a part of us that desires a person to fulfill us in a way that we are not able to fulfill within ourselves. And that is an exploration here. So I feel like this journey might have been, and could still be, you exploring what that looks like, you exploring yourself, you changing maybe, you know, a lot since meeting this person, and this being really like a strike of lightning. Like maybe it has been very painful, because I do feel as though maybe at some point this person was not, we'll see, I haven't got to them yet, and I haven't even looked at the tarot, but I feel like at some point there was pain caused here that caused you to change upon meeting this person, having to shed that sort of belief. So I feel like either you've done it or you're in the midst of doing it and rebirthing yourself. A lot of healing core wounds where you might have felt like a hole, where you might have felt, I do feel like with this egg about to hatch in the middle, like you are about to be reborn. And then we do have endings here. So I feel like you've gone through a spiritual awakening of sorts, or you're going through a dark night of the soul. There's crazy change. And the fact that the stealing from others powers you think you lack, that could speak to, again, you feeling a feeling of lack, feeling a feeling of whole, like, a whole instead of feeling whole. And that this person or another person could bring this to you. And if there was such a strong pull and a soul connection, which could be true, like huge potential, maybe this is, you know, could be a twin flame connection, could be just your soulmate, could be somebody here that you felt divinely connected to. It doesn't take away from it, although there is a recognition here that despite this person being in your life or not in your life, there is some work to be done on self. There is a need to know that you are whole and complete and very much lovable and desirable and empowered on your own. And I feel like for some of you guys, there might have been a blinder here on starting a family or laying roots with this person. But I think it was like this blinder of that's all that the end thing was. So maybe you were drawn to this person's something they had that you saw would benefit you in some way. Maybe they were quite, I don't know, established in some way, or maybe they had something here that you always desired for yourself, or that you said, I would marry someone like this, or that had this, or that was. So there is something there that I feel is a little bit surface or material, or kind of also self-agenda-y-ish. And I don't know if you've dropped it. I say you, again, this could be your person. I don't know if you've dropped it, but I do feel like there is a shift here, or a change, or a rebirth of how maybe you were perceiving this, you know, and maybe it's taking quite some time here to see this, and it's been quite the adventure. And I feel like it's been quite cyclical. I feel like you've gone round and round and round potentially with this person, or with this thought, or trying to heal this about yourself, because I feel like you might already know this. Pile 2. So let's take a look at this person over here, which is your person. So we have, we'll call this person the poet. Okay. There is something sort of like very romanticized about this person. It's very dreamy. I feel like this person kind of goes with the flow of their life. It is very dreamy, and it's very Neptunian type energy. But at the same time, which is very interesting, I'm also getting a very structured, more grounded, practical energy here with planning ahead and structure. So I don't feel like this person is so in their Pisces energy, where they're just like in the clouds and this dreamy poet. I feel like this person had their shit together. I feel like this person has this open, romantic beautiful way of expressing love or being love, showing love. I feel there is something very romantic about this person and how they communicate and how they express love. And I feel like you might have seen this in this person, and just being around them made you see things very differently. But this person is also very grounded and very much also, I feel, goal orientated. But I feel like this person could certainly have been a little bit indecisive and a little bit stalling here, because I don't know that this person knows exactly where they want to lay their roots or a long-term foundation for themselves. So although I say they are secure or stable or structured in some way, I think they, in their heart of hearts, desire it. But I feel like there is something open about them having to choose where they want to stay. And I also feel like this person could have very well have been raised from home to home to home, or might have been in certain relationships that seemed secure and it didn't work, and then went to another relationship and that didn't work. So I feel there's almost like this transient energy from this person. So they're really trying to get it right. I feel like this person is really trying to get it right for themselves. And because they've experienced this sort of more transient energy, I don't think that they just want to do it all over again and put their money on the wrong racehorse, so to speak. I do feel they're very open-minded, but they're also not the type that's going to just do something for the sake of it because they're feeling like romantically tied to something. And yeah, like I just feel like this person is in deep sort of more contemplative thought about where their long term is and what they want to see for themselves that is going to satisfy them for the long term. But I'm also getting an energy here of this person might change their mind, like they're indecisive, because I do feel like this person changes their mind because they are so sort of fluid in their energy here. So I think this has happened to them in the past. So they might think that they want something and then go all in, and then all of a sudden they realize it's not what they want, although they might have been genuine at the time. So this might look like someone who's flaky. And that might be the message here, is maybe you're seeing this person as someone who can't commit or who seem to go from place to place or whatever it was. But I do feel like this person has a desire too. I just feel like they tend to see the best and might get wrapped up in a vision and a dream of what it could be and how it could be, and then soon realize that the reality isn't really what it really was, and then they feel stuck, or they feel like it's not for them, or they've outgrown it. So I feel they outgrow situations quite rapidly and they get bored quite easily. And so I feel this person is really trying to fit where they fit in, or see, like, should they just be floating around here because they can't really be in one place. They're not quite sure, but I feel that they do want sort of more stable sort of future for themselves. But I think that's the dilemma. Like, I'm really feeling torn here, and I won't be surprised we see this Two of Swords, because there's an indecisiveness, and the indecisiveness is like a hesitation because of what they've experienced. But then there's like this passion and this like creative love to see this big vision that gets them excited, but it's like it's burnt them before, and then it becomes just a thing of the past, or they no longer feel like they could be their free selves, like they're pegged down to some sort of structure that no longer allows them to be the free version of themselves. It doesn't feel very good here. Yeah, I think they've experienced this. So if they are experiencing hesitation from this person, it could certainly be because of their experience. So I'll call this person poet. I'll call you the hypocrite. Now, don't be offended. Don't leave me mean comments if you're not the hypocrite. I can call you the thief, whichever one floats your boat. Could be your person. So we'll say the hypocrite and the poet. And let's take a look at the Tarot, in regards to just the dynamic here between the two of you guys, like what's kind of the dynamic going on here between the two of you guys? Spirit, clear and concise message for pile number 2. What is going on with pile number 2 for the greatest and highest good of pile 2? Please protect me as I channel this message and protect the viewer. Thank you so much, Spirit, and thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so much. What is going on here? All right, so we have the Ace of Swords with fresh meat. We have the 5 of Flutes, which is the 5 of Cups. I fucked up. We have the Moon. I am going to be reading this all in the upright, as Spirit wants me to. So we have the Moon. And we have the 2 of Rings, which is the 2 of Pentacles. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Pentacles. We're not seeing the 2 of Swords. Maybe at the bottom. Nope. 8 of Cups. Okay, 8 of Cups. That's interesting. So, message coming through for some of you guys. If you're in a period of separation from this person, I do feel as though there is a reconciliation coming up. Somebody feels they screwed up and they feel really bad about it. So they want to reconcile. Okay. And I feel like this could be because this person might have, I don't know, like this could involve a third party person. I do feel for some of you guys, there's another person here. I do feel like the poet is easily distracted or thinks the grass is greener and starts to chase with third party things here. And so they can't commit, they can't decide, they go back and forth, and they might have led you to believe something and then flip-floppied. So yeah, like I was picking up from the poet, like I do feel like this person wants structure and they do like stability of sorts, although I don't feel they could find it. And it could be because of their wishy-washiness, their inability to decide. This is the going back and forth, and that was that indecision I was seeing. But instead of sitting idle, this person I don't think sits idle, and that's why we're not seeing 2 of Swords. That's why we're seeing 2 of Pentacles, which is they go back and forth and they ping pong. So this person could come in and say, I'm so sorry, take me back, I want to reconcile, and then all of a sudden they see something glimmery. And this might have happened a couple of times where you're now an option, you're made an option here. And so I feel like this person apologizes and then they want to come together here. So I feel like maybe a lot of you guys are wanting to walk away from this person because maybe they did this once too many, or one time just already was enough and put you in a third party type situation, or didn't make you feel valued, made you feel like not a priority, like you're an option here. Yeah, and so I feel because you are uncertain, and that provided a lot of uncertainty in this connection, you're now wanting to walk away. Although I do feel like this 8 of Cups is also talking about this poet, which is them really needing to go within to look at what makes them happy inside themselves. Because there's something very, like when we're flip-floppy, when we think the grass is greener, when we can't fully commit one way or another, or we tend to get distracted or bored or whatever, there is something going on emotionally inside that this person is needing to really reflect on and go in. And I feel like this person needs to do that, more of that. But I do feel like you're walking away, or I feel you have walked away. But what I'm feeling energetically here is you could have recently reconciled with this person because they might have apologized. They might have given the whole song and dance and said that they're the worst and take them back. And you're kind of uncertain whether or not they really were sorry or they did this on purpose. I don't feel it was on purpose. I feel this is this person's nature, but I do feel like just because it's their nature, this isn't anything that is really normal to flip-flop here and put you in a third party. So I feel like you might be quite optimistic about a future with this person, or starting with this person again. Now, if you have walked away, you might be considering it, or this person has already come to you and you're kind of contemplating, should I take them back? Should I not? I know this person is definitely contemplating here what an opportunity with you would look like, and that is unknown. But I feel it's also a little bit scary because I feel this brings back this person's sort of, now if this is a new connection, which for some of you guys it could be, this person has experienced something here that made them feel, yeah, like I just feel like they've experienced flip-floppiness within themselves of trying to build stability, then changing their mind. So I feel like this person doesn't really trust themselves all that much. So there's a fear here, and there's a need for them to recognize this about themselves before allowing themselves to move forward. But I feel like this person is still of the mind that they want to pursue things here to see where it goes. But I feel as though you're going to be repeating cycles here with this person because I don't feel they have fully reflected here on this sort of trait or this shadow aspect of themselves. Shoulder to cry, 10 of roses, that's the 10 of pentacles. Yeah, like I just feel like there might be repeating cycles here with this person, that they might see someone who's more interesting in some way and then do that. There's a need for them to get very honest with themselves and take a look at that. I mean, if they continuously want to be in an open third party type connection and you're okay with that, then I don't think there would be really any problem. But I feel like this person doesn't necessarily want to be so much in a third party. It's just they can't make up their mind. And I do feel like it is with people, not necessarily like a third party thing here, like choosing between work and you. I feel like it's, they'll see someone else and then they believe something that's could be better, or they, yeah, I don't know. But I feel like this person is also very like romantic, so they might have their heart on the sleeve, so they might see like beauty in people and just be drawn to people, so they kind of float around here and maybe cause pain in a way if you feel like you're in a more monogamous type connection, you know, and then they go and they don't know. So I feel like they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to tell you that there's a forever here if they can't promise you this. So you're coming from a place of wanting, I feel, something here for yourself, but it might have teetered on the point of unhealthy, right? Because we might have got pushed and pushed and pushed and really wanting the poet, and then kind of doing kind of whatever it takes, where then we what's that called? We betray ourselves. You know, we might betray ourselves and we might get caught up in something where the end game is just getting this poet to commit in some way, but really the end goal here is for you to be whole. And if it's not this person because they float around or they can't do the work, then there's something within you that needs to do the work within yourself, that this person is not the one here, right? So this is what I see for you, pile number 2. Let me know if this resonated, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. You picked the 2 hearts. Beautiful. Let's get into your reading. We're taking a look at you and your person, a deeper look at who you guys are as people, and then the dynamic between the two of you guys. So yeah, let's take a look. Now I do intend on the left being you, the right being your person, but that isn't always the case. You can crisscross energies. If I say it's you, sounds more like your person, then do the crisscrossing that you need to, although you will be on one side or the other. And yeah, don't make anything fit. If it doesn't sound like your story, then just don't make it fit. And let's get into this reading. All right, so we have bleeding tooth stagnation, number 34. We have spring, 17. We have silver, 25. We have shadow diver. I'll put that like this. Shadow diver. We have the cartographer with a crossroads and exploration. And we have the patron with mentorship and finances. We have Prince, light attribute, romantic charm and potential for power. Shadow attribute, using power for self-aggrandizement. And we have the prayer, 65. And we have trust. Let us switch these two. Okay. I do want to see a little more of that. And a little more of that. Okay, so your person, we have lion's mane with calm, number 5. We have androgyne, 62. We have grace, like this, grace. I'll adjust them in a bit so you can see we have the gambler here with the light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you, and the shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than hard work. We have the father with number 2. We have the musician, inspiration and gratitude. We have the fate, accepting help and guidance. We have the waker, awareness and reflection. I am feeling like stacking because we don't have too much room here. And then we have healing and self-doubt. Okay. Let us start with your energy here. Wowzers, lots of energy. I'm wanting to read Shadow Diver here because I'm being called to read the Shadow Diver. So it says the attribute, the Shadow Diver spirals down through the tunnels of your history, discovering your deserted specters of discontent and trauma. Once located, he brings them back to the surface where they can be resolved, unearthed. These buried scars, forsaken longings, and damaged dreams can be attended to, mended, and laid to rest. Persona. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, there are stories that have tumbled down a forgotten rabbit hole, remain buried, squeezed small, and still angry. The Shadow Diver is a slinky, a hunter therapist with a nose for those bitter pills, those traumas that cling limpet-like to the walls of your psyche. He is a miner and an archaeologist whose agenda is to retrieve and bring to light. And that was the end of the sentence. Whose agenda is to retrieve and bring to light. It is hard enough to face threats like isolation, sickness, or malice of others, but it is harder to deal with an internal foreboding that can't be articulated. We cannot overcome fears that remain hidden, and in order to break free from their cold grip, they must first be named and acknowledged. If we do not, we will never have free choice, and we will forever be triggered into inappropriate actions by their rancor. Rancor. Oh, right. So somebody's still in their shadow here, and it's this person. Although I feel like this person is doing a lot of work here and recognizing where their shadows are and identifying where their shadows have been. This person's done quite a bit of work on themselves. And I do feel like that book was talking about naming our shadows in a way to recognize them. So there's one thing to be aware of them, and that's sometimes all we need to do, because sometimes we cannot change the shadow parts of ourselves. So as long as we're aware of them and work with them. But I feel like this person is doing a lot of work on releasing a lot of their shadows. And I feel like this person is being reborn in a way, because I do feel like this person might have had some insecurities about who they are. what maybe they've accomplished in life or where they're at in life. Okay, so I'm feeling a connection here towards this person. Like, I feel there is a connection that of love, like deep love here. But I'm also feeling a connection of this person feeling stagnant in their life or have been stagnant. And I don't know necessarily if it's been in this connection. And so they've had to go explore elsewhere, or they had to trust themselves to explore elsewhere. And they'd had to trust spirit and faith and allow themselves to go find what they want. And I feel like this person might very well be focused on building themselves up as an individual. Maybe they've never really had a career. Maybe they've never really were able to take care of themselves financially or run a business or something here about this person focusing on building themselves and feeling like they might be like second-class citizen in some way. I feel like this person has gone through a kind of a darker period within themselves, or at least feeling insecure about who they are. And now they're about to be reborn, or at least they're really dedicated to focus on themselves to make the right decisions so that they can explore what is right for them and trust it. I feel they are really working on their own trust in their decisions, who they engage with, who they connect with. Yeah, I feel there's a lot of work here this person's consistently and still kind of doing to break out of whatever mindsets that was keeping them stagnant or was holding them back. I feel like this person might have felt at some point, they might have felt powerless or just unable to take the power in their hands to do something for themselves. Like they weren't capable or not good enough or something coming through like that. So they're like on the verge of this rebirth, and they might have felt out in the cold, or like I said, something stuck or stagnant, or just feeling like they weren't getting what they deserved. And I'm not so sure if it's been in this connection or not, but just as a whole, what this person's energy is given off here. So there's a lot of planning. There's a lot of trying to figure out what's best for them based on the healing, based on their insights about what they want, who they want, what they've experienced, what's going to hold them back, what's going to help them be the best version of themselves. They know they're not there yet, so they're really focused on this type of stuff. And yeah, I think that's what they're kind of reviewing. And I do feel like there might be a decision for them to choose whether they want to pursue or engage with this person. I feel there is a decision up in the air, or has been a decision up in the air, whether they wanted to pursue or wanted to explore this connection. I don't know that they have or did or want to or said no yet, but I feel like that might be up in the air. We'll see when we pull tarot, but for this person here, there's something very beautiful about this person's demeanor. I feel this person is very much the type of person you would trust almost with your life. For some of you guys, this is a very specific message with the androgyne. There could be someone here who is kind of figuring out their identity when it comes to their gender. Yeah. And I'm not sure if this person sits with masculine or feminine energy so much or whatever, but I do feel there is a protective energy here, and I do feel it is quite masculine. And maybe this person, and this could be so select message here, which might not be for all of you guys, okay? But I feel like it is this person being put kind of in a really tough position to have to choose something here. Now, if you're not resonating with that message, I still feel like for this person, this pile I'm reading, there's like a pressure here in having to be some way or another here that's very fixed. And I think this person's natural way is very fluid, and Yeah, very calming, very protective, very orderly. Um, like I just feel like you could trust this person. But I do feel like with self-doubt and gambler here, I feel like this person's environment made them, maybe the environment made them second guess who they are. Yeah, like who are they? So I don't think that they see that they are this beautiful divine masculine energy. I feel like this person is trying to heal themselves. And this could be why we see the androgyne, because it could be not literal but figurative, but I do feel like it could be for some of you guys. But it's like this person wants to be free to be themselves, how they are, who they are. And I feel they were put in a position that was very restricted, or made them have to be one way or another. And it didn't allow for there to be a fluidity of who they are, their natural ability to be a little of this and a little of that, because that's who they are. They're not either this or that. But I do feel like this person has a great power that is dormant, that they might have forgotten. And I think they forgot within themselves, because I don't feel they see it anymore. They were hurt in the past, so they lost it. They're needing to really heal. And they might be having a really hard time in, accepting help, either help from others or just trying to find help, or how they could heal, because they kind of feel maybe alone, having to detach from things that are unhealthy, or trying to control them or restrict them or make them do certain things. Like I say, the black and white, it's like very fixed. And I don't feel this person is so fixed. We see the hand mirror here, and then we see reflection. So I feel like this person is doing a lot of reflection about self-love. This person is quite talented, I feel here. Either they're a dancer, a musician, very much an inspiration when it comes to what they do. So if they're into art, maybe it is what they do for a career. There's something about how this person navigates that is very much from a beautiful place. Yeah, I just feel like this person wants to have peace. I feel this person is very much trying to fix what's hurting right now, and that is them not knowing themselves fully, or their self-love, or having to repair themselves from a situation that was very painful or toxic, or made them think they were toxic, or that they were a problem. So now they're unsure. They're unsure how to act. They're unsure if they're not in this connection. It's like, do I chance this? Am I ready? Am I healed? Do I know how to engage? What do I do here? Do I open up? Do I not? Like, what do I want? Who am I? Like, there's a lot of kind of questions going on here. And yeah, I just feel like this is a beautiful soul here that might have got treated really poorly and made their own self-esteem kind of wither away, whether it be over time, or I don't know how it happened, but it's kind of the state that they're in. So, I mean, that is kind of a mirrored thing, where one's doing shadow work. I feel the other one is doing it as well, in a way, trying to find themselves. And I do feel like this is kind of a divine kind of connection in a way, with the Fate card here, of you guys coming together and maybe allowing each other to help each other in some way, build each other up in some way, be inspirations to each other in some way. I do feel like this person isn't as maybe creative or in this sort of magical realm. So that's what's drawing this person to this person, although this person's very lovey and dreamy. But I feel like this person is more wanting to build on, again, like, more of the career side of things here. Not so in the creative hobby realm, which it could be their hobby realm, but I just feel like this person is more focused on standing on their own, rather than maybe at one point they might have been dependent on another, or they had to, I don't know, care for another here. So now it's like time for them to do something for themselves. Yeah, I could see the draw here for sure. I feel like this, we'll call it the shadow diver, might feel as though the grace person is not really interested, because the grace person might have not have put the moves, might not show that they're interested. They might be a little bit lackadaisical, might be slow moving. So this kind of confuses this shadow diver person. And I think a little bit of the slow moving as well is because this person has self-doubt in how do they engage? How should they engage? But I do feel like there is attraction on both sides. So let's take a look and see what we see for you guys. Shadow diver and grace. And we'll see what the dynamic sort of is here in this connection between the two of you guys currently. What is this dynamic between the shadow diver and the grace person? Pile number 3 in their person. What is the dynamic, spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3? Please protect me in pile 3 as I channel this message. Thank you so, so much. And thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed and grateful. Thank you, thank you. All right. We have the fans, which is the World card in the tarot. You have the 3 of Cups, here to make friends. We have the 5 of Mirrors, which is the 5 of Swords, Tattletale. We have Page of Pentacles, the Optimist. We have the King of Swords with the Intellectual. And we have the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands with Next Destination. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands, First Impression, Rose. So I feel like the shadow diver is really attracted to the grace person, but the grace person is very nonchalant in some sort of way. And I think the grace person moved very slowly here, and so is given off the impression that they just want to be friends. And that may or may not be the case, but I think it might be something that's subconscious. And maybe the grace person knows that they are, maybe they're telling themselves, yeah, I do just want to be friends. But I feel there's more here, and they're not allowing themselves to do more or be more, even if they were really, really turned on here, because of the fact that I feel this person is really hurt and needing to do a lot of healing. So they might be telling themselves that, no, we're just friends, or that's all I kind of have in me or see. I don't buy that. But for those of you guys that are the grace person, or at least you know that this person does have interest here, they're keeping you kind of in friend zone, and that would be the reason. Yeah, it's almost like you can't get to know this person, or they're just kind of keeping you in friend zone. And so I feel like there is some hurt here by the grace person with the 5 of Swords. There's like looking back in sadness and regret. So if they've kept you there for a while and it's impacted this connection, they're now kind of regretting this because it's impacting the future of this connection. And so they're realizing or recognizing here. And I also feel like the shadow diver is recognizing too, like if they want to have something here for the future, then the grace person is going to have to be willing to work with them in a practical way and start to engage here. But there's something about not knowing, because I don't feel like the grace person is communicating, or at least communicating a truth, or it feels like it's friends right now. And so maybe somebody doesn't want to seem foolish and overstep boundaries, but there's something here about the future potential and laying the groundwork and looking back kind of in sadness that maybe I feel it's more this grace person didn't pursue what they really wanted to do, because this is First Impression, Rose. It's like they really did want to pursue. They really did want to be themselves and step out of some sort of friend zone type thing. But they couldn't really find how until they resolve some hurts here that they've experienced in the past. And they're really in their mind about how do I be and all this stuff here. So I do feel like Shadow Diver had no choice but to focus on something more in a practical way here, which is their future really at the end of the day. Here's the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Meathead. Knight of Swords, Meathead. Yeah, so because I'm seeing this Five of Swords and this Knight of Swords in reverse, I feel like somebody's left this connection, and it could very well be the Shadow Diver, or they no longer want to stick around, try to guess, try to woo, try to engage. So they might have just moved on, and they might have moved on because, again, they just needed something practical, needed something to move forward. Knight of Cups. Still a lot of love, and I feel the love is on both sides. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, like there have to be some effort, I feel, from this Grace person into resolving or looking at their core wounds. And also, I feel like the Shadow Diver is focusing on work. Like I'm getting really work here from this Eight of Pentacles. And they could be needing to travel as well for their work. I feel like this person is just keeping very busy on opportunities with work. And I feel like this person has done some shadow work. So I feel if you guys are reflecting one another, which we were seeing here in this we saw the mirror, which was coming out in here. And we were also seeing reflection. So I feel like this person is needing to do a little bit of the shadow work that is going to bring them out of whatever state that I feel this person might have been focused on at some point. But I feel this person is more focused on the practical world here. This is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's, yeah, this is that whole thing of needing some give and take in a practical way that's going to be contributing to this connection, to making a go of this. And although I feel there is love here, somebody's kind of keeping it in friend zone. So I'm not going to repeat myself. I do feel there is love here. I feel like maybe intuitively you know that this Grace person is feeling a different way. And if you are the Grace person, I would encourage you to maybe get out of your intellectual mind and maybe explore the heart a little bit more as to why are we feeling safer in a friend zone? Is it because of past hurts? And is there a feeling here, that we're able to dig into a little more, exploring what might be holding us back here? Because I do feel there is a potential here for a future to work together in some way. And I do feel there is a lot of passion and attraction. And when you see cups, there is love. But I feel like there's a need to heal a part of ourselves here, Sage Grace person, okay? So this is what I have for you guys. Beautiful. Pile number 3. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment. It helps my channel to grow. I do appreciate you very much for being here, coming back, everything you do for me. And I will see you soon. Bye.